Hello friends, I'm in Aldona now, and we see many people are very much passionate about doing gardening, and different types of flowers they plant, they grow, they have beautiful gardens, but very few people take this as a passion and very dedicated and do it as a hobby, and their hands have become like a like a real nature lovers. So I have with me Felicia D'souza, who has been for the years doing this gardening, and she's very passionate. The moment you see her with the plants, it looks like even plants are very happy to see. So I am very much happy to introduce to you Felicia D'souza in Aldona. And for your friends, for you all, she used to be at the Mapsa on the Friday market, and displaying her all the plants that she has grown. And moreover, it's not about sale, it's about when you take the plant, she believes that you have to nurture it like as if one among you, and that's what she believes. So I will ask her how she began this thing, and so many plants are here and people come and visit, buy, and they themselves grow. So welcome. I have been seeing you every Saturday in Aldona, and in Aldona, yeah. Otherwise, you were always in Mapsa, and people lot of lot of people come, and they inquire about plant. They buy the plant, they grow, and some of yes. So tell me something about yourself first.
Me, I was a tailor, master cutter, wedding gown maker. I did for many years, right from 72. And then when I carried on, I did lots of stitching classes, everything, in four batches in a day. But after all that you do, when you feel you cannot work on because of my back problem, bending problem, when I used to give classes, they used to break the needles, the thing is to get stuck up inside. So every time bending, my backbone started paining. That when I went to the specialist, he told me, you have to stop all this now, stitching. Then I thought, what will I do? I must do something. Then you won't believe, I just started buying little. And John started breaking the pots first, because he never wanted me to go for gardening. And then somehow, if that wish is there, nobody can take away that way. I succeeded in doing. And after all that, little, I used to take in a small tempo to Mapsa first. Then I started little, big. Now I take in a big tempo. So my plants also increased. Lovers of the plant also increased. Buyers of the plant increased. And I myself took too much interest in plants. I put whole day in my plants.
Now you're dealing with plants also needs some experience. What experience have you got? Have you done some course or something?
Nothing. I made mistake in the beginning because I was zero in plantation. I always thought this is the way to plant. I planted. If the plant dies, I examined that. What we should do with it. Always by making mistake that I learned, it is become today is the perfection. This is how it is, because you never become perfect unless you have experience in it. I was zero. I was only knew about tailoring and housework like that. But when I felt, and I when I was learning the tailoring, if I would look at the design, I would come and practice at home within the night and do it ready for the next day without learning it. The same way it became the plants with me. Because I took deep interest in it, I tried to succeed in it. And something that I found, I cut little branch of a plant and I plant. And the roots come. The joy that you get in it, you will not feel the joy in buying the plant. Because you're multiplying, That is how I started multiplying the plants, take interest in each and every plant. I do everything, all the fruit trees I have. You know,
They say, in order to follow some, was the family member, anyone interested, done anything?
no,
It is always said actually. It is.
yeah, somebody follows you, but it is not. Because my elder fellow is in IT, went in, and Newton does some other works, passport work, this, that. So none of them has interest in it. In fact, I didn't have, I told you in the beginning, I never thought I would become successor of plants today. Never thought.
So basically, like, what have you learned through the plants, like in your life?
See, when you are in them, plants also enjoy the, attachment for the plants. They enjoy. They love, because the master of the plant is with them. If you put your time, they bloom, there's something, and whatever you do, multiplying, if it is success with you, that means you regain the joy of the plant. You enjoy that because plant also enjoys with you and you also enjoy the plant.
Okay, now we all have feelings. As a passionate lover of the plants and the trees, do they also have feelings like us?
Definite, they are like human beings. The more you touch and speak with them, they respond to you by giving flowers. They smile at your smile. We do not know, we don't this thing. But when you start living now for the past 25 years, the moment I do little multiplying, they said, I work with the stool. I cannot bend and do. So I take a stool, I sit and I multiply all my plants. And I use dry cow dung for multiplying. So there is no harm manure for the plants. That gives slow and steady in the rains. For the plants. It doesn't harm the plants.
How do you prepare yourself with these plants at home?
I make the pots. I use the cut piece of sonnas, that is outer layer of coconut. I cut them, I store for the full year. And I use this much, like 4 inches, 5 inches layer down. Then I put the mud and then I use little manure for it. So nothing's snaggrated down, and that forms a better, slowly it takes the manure of it. That is why.
Now, how many types of plants you have come across in your 25 years? Is there anything you feel you should have got or you have
No, everything, A to Z, all flowers, all fruit trees, every fruit tree and every flower plant. I learn, I make, I come to know, and I give introduce to people. This is the way you can do it.
Any best experience you want to share with us with regard to any plant buyer or something like that, where she took a plant and she has grown or something like that?
Yeah, the thing is, when they come and tell me, Madam, this plant has given fruit, the joy that you get in heart, you cannot get with money. Because they come and give you the message that the plant here you have given, it is succeeded. This word we wait for it, and that is the only reason every time, every buyer, I explain in very proper way how to do the plantation. When you tell proper plantation how to do, sometimes they don't know how to do it. So we have to tell them for white ants what to put down and then to put the plant so that plant does not get destroyed. This is what I try my best.
Is this an excuse saying that we don't have place to plant?
That is wrong. I can tell you, if the person wants to plant, you can plant anywhere, even over the terrace. Over the terrace. But you should only use the sonnas down so that heat of the sun which comes, it does not harm the plant. That's the only thing.
So, there are many people who have got gardens and all, they just grow and
Some people, I'll tell you, just because you buy, I want to buy. Just because she does, I want to do it. That is not correct. You should love the plant. You should know the plant. What you're buying, you're going to take care of it. Then only you buy. I also tell my customers, if you don't know how to do, you ask me, I'll tell you. But do not buy just for money. I don't like that type. I want, when you buy the plant, you should succeed in it. If you're success in it, that means what I brought from her is really worth buying. Yeah.
Now we see now, you have displayed. How much effort are you putting in this?
My whole day. I use half an hour for my cooking. The rest of the day is my plants.
Okay, so your hands itself are fertile.
Not that. I used to believe that I will never able to do it. But as I am in it, I feel that everything that I can do, which I don't know, have the word saying I don't know. That word is not in my dictionary. I try to learn something more than I can. There is never, age limit for that, to learn things. If you only have wish, you can learn anything till you die.
Okay, now besides flowers, is there any? What are the other types of plants you have, like medicinal or so something?
Medicinal, I don't have so much, but the spice I have all type of spice. Nutmeg, clove, cardamom, allspice, all type of spice things, plus fruit, all type of fruit tree, everything, and orchids, phalaenopsis, and everything, all etc. Everything.
Okay, now in Aldona, now since you are dealing with these plants and you must be knowing about the mud and all that category, like what type of category do you think in Aldona is there?
The thing is, mud you have to dig and see first whether there is white ants in it. If that's white ant, you cannot use the fertile for that, for plant. So you should use the thymet, the packet that you get, little of it to mix with the soil and make your pot ready, and then you plant.
Many a time we see the people take plant and just plant it because the place is empty. So how?
I don't think while plantation they should medicate that something should be put in it. I'll show you which is the actual. This is only for the mud. This you have to thymet. Okay, this is used only for the white ants to finish it up from the mud, and then you put your plant. Whenever they buy something, even if you buy a lemon plant, I tell them always use the thymet down underneath and then plant your plant so that no white ants will affect for it.
Many a time people when they buy a plant, they don't want to invest in that plant. They say, come on, I have brought it only for 100 rupees maybe. Just plant it there and that's it.
I tell purposely when they are buying, I don't want if they don't buy it. I don't mind because it's not worth buying. You listen to me first what I tell. If you can buy, you buy. You need this, then you take. Otherwise, it's not worth it. See, simply we cannot force someone to do something, take back. Even a mango plant, if you want to plant, you want the mango should give you the, fresh leaves and flowers within no time. You should use the thymet down so that it clears the white ends. That's the thing.
How much support are you getting from others like?
I don't get support from anybody. But my buyers who are there, that is my support.
Okay. Is there any helper for you to arrange all
Yes,
this?
I have. Not for loading and downloading, not for that. But help in work there is. Because they are not there. Early morning I load, no? So that time nobody is there. I do all by myself.
So how are you managing your family life and this garden?
Family in his sense, son is married, he's his wife. He is within that. I don't interfere in their life. For me, for my plants is everything in my life now. Because my age is gone, so I enjoy myself with the plants.
Okay, now how long are you going to continue with this?
Maybe for another 3 years at least, till then I can work. Because I am already 67 crossed, so I don't think too many years I will able to work. But I feel working is better, keeps yourself active. Till then, I will work.
How is your surrounding, like garden and all at home? Is this the same way or you are planting more and more now?
I don't plant in the ground. I plant them in the bag so that the roots are not taken in the ground. Once the root is taken in the ground, if you uproot the plant, it slips because the roots are uprooted. So either I put a plastic area there, that part, and then keep the bags. So the roots are not taken inside in the ground. So the plant is perfect, like that.
Most of the people love flower plants, but there are other. Is it because of climate that matters in Goa, like other flowers that don't grow in Goa?
No, everything grows. Depends on how much you water, how you take care of them. It is your responsibility to take care. If you buy something, you should know how you're going to look after. Now they say orchids cannot grow. I grow everything. Anthuriums, I make everything. There's nothing that I cannot do it. But that is the way how much you should water. Watering cannot be done too much. Water means the roots get destroyed. So that is the only thing to survive, to make the plant grow better, less water and keep in a shade.
Now when it comes to water, now there are, I think, people when they take the plant and they plant it near where the water goes. Now what type of water we usually need to...
Clean water, especially for breadfruit plant, soursop plant, those plants are to be used only clean water. And secondly, we cannot use any soapy water, any leftover dirt water for any plants. That thing can go only for banana plants, not for any other.
So what is your message to the young people now, especially those, there are people who love this plantation, but they say, what is the income? People want business.
Question is not income. Question is, first of all, you must intend yourself, make perfect decision that you are going to put these plants. For what purpose? What is your purpose of doing that? If you want it should bear the fruit, you should work for the plant till it gives fruit, till it starts. You cannot just buy and leave it there. If it is not successful now for this lemon tree, we have to chop all the older leaves in order to get new leaves and get flowers in it. To give the lime, you need to get flower. So flower to come, we have to chop the leaves.
So people want instant money. As soon as I plant, I must get something.
There is no that way quick money in this. Slow and steady win the race. So you have to take patience, learn the things how to do, and then you will succeed in it.
So what is your message to the young generation now? They should take, because people now need to get encouraged, because
I would say rather than going for flower plants, go for the fruit trees. Where is environment that more required as a fruit trees? Because the fruit trees at least bears the fruit within 2 to 3 years, quickest. So that is the only way that if they have place, they should not leave it vacant. I don't have place, I have very little place. In that also I make so much. Yeah.
Now, as a random, how many flower plants or rather whatever fruit bearing plants, how many you have as number? Or you came across say 50, 100 or so?
No, maybe 2000 in fruit bearing, and also flowers maybe like 1000. Like that.
So much collection. How did you get this many plants?
It is not like that. Something you see, it looks nice, you immediately go for it because you have interest, you go for it. To know what it gives, how it is. That is how slowly, one by one, how I started. It is not that one day's show I did and got it. No.
Do you also do grafting or something?
I used to do before. Like, from 55 to 65 at least I did the grafting work and all. But now I gave up. Everything is not possible. But I advise some people if they want something to be done and all, I at least tell them how to be done.
Do you think government also should put in a subject in the school, like, to do or something like that?
There is actually, they want somebody to give classes on this and all. Even in this convent, they had asked me once, why don't you give one lesson like for the students? See, the thing is not like that. You're temporary, it becomes just for 2 hours. Coming before that 1 hour to going again, you waste your time. And wasted time, it never comes back. I always believe more than money is your time. Time is precious. So I utilize my time the best way I can.
So with regard to school, government should support this.
They should actually. Environment is very important, na? Government should do it, but very few can do that. Everybody doesn't take interest in it. Actually, these private schools should, put interest in it, so that because lots of students go to the private school more, no? So I feel that they should give as a subject for them, compulsory. Because it is greenery. You're growing something, you learn things to make to your house, not for somebody else's house. So do first for you and then think of doing others.
Okay, as a garden, have you seen any other garden growing like that?
I also make landscaping. I do plant that way also for the hotels and all. But now, because of the labours have become too hard now to get the labourers, because now they demand too much. So I can't afford to pay them too much. Where it was 500, it was okay. Now they make 700. So now I stopped. I don't go for this. Otherwise, I used to also do landscaping. Yeah.
Okay, besides that, have you seen some gardens? People have taken plants and made gardens out of.
Yes. Many places. And I, in fact, go to tell them what you can plant, how you can plant, how it will look okay. Means the design that what they want, I can even draw and give them, and they do go for it as it is, like that.
Any appreciation from the people, like from you? What?
I always got appreciation till now from Margaon, Benauli. That said, people come to me and they say, "Madam, you are the only lady one who ruined the Mapsa market." And that's how they reach to my house.
Many people come to your house.
Many people, yeah. By God's grace, I thank God, even then there is no market, but my house, they reach, finding out their house, where it is, they reach to my house. So it is the great thing that God has blessed.
So how do you feel when people say, "Wow, thank you very much, it is because of your plant I am getting the fruit"?
I enjoy in my heart. These words are giving you happiness in your heart, you see. Yes.
So thank you very much. That was Felicia D'souza, who is telling us all about plants and her passion, how she began and what are the plants. She is really happy to see more than plants. She is very happy. So thank you very much. This was Felicia, and I'm going to bring you more people like this who are passionate about this gardening and all other ways how they are getting involved. At this age, 67 years, she's still doing plants and wants to do more years as long as she can. And that is the passion that all the youngsters must take in. And thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Baba.